Right now at noon, winter wall up. The strong storm we've been talking about for days is now here as it targets our mountain communities and beyond. Kern County's first ever blizzard warning is now in effect as feet of snow are expected in some areas and on the valley floor. Some areas are facing a washout as heavy downpours move in. That is why we've issued a weather alert for today. 17 News at noon begins right now.
17 News begins with a weather alert.
And good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm meteorologist Elena Russ.
And I'm Alex Fisher. It has been a very active day across Kern County as rain and snow punish our area, and we still have a long way to go before things improve, right, Elena?
That's right. There's just so much to cover. So it started as rain and snow last night. Now it's transitioning back to some rain. That's a big headache for many locations. And obviously it's been a big headache for anyone traveling in or out of Kern County, and you can see why. A live look out at the Grapevine along Lebec. It is closed at this hour, and it could be a while before things improve there.
So here's what it looked like earlier today. You can see the massive amounts of snow that piled up on the busy freeway. And today we have 17 News team coverage of this storm to help you stay informed as conditions rapidly change. 17's Michaela Armstrong is live at the mouth of the Kern River Canyon with a new traffic alert. Our Marco Torres has been at the base of the Grapevine all day, and he's been speaking with CHP officers about the conditions. We'll check in with him in just a moment. And our Maddie Jansen is in Tehachapi. She has more about the Highway 58 closure, and we just learned it just reopened, and what city officials are doing to prepare for this potentially historic storm. But first, meteorologist Elena Russ. Boy, has she been busy today. The weather team has just been crazy busy tracking this monster. So how does it look out there right now?
Well, it's been surprisingly disappointing for Bakersfield because as we've been talking about for the last several days watching the storm, we knew today would be the most active for the valley, but we also knew we'd be battling our rain shadow. Our forecast models were showing that by now that rain should have taken over, but as you watch this radar in play, you can see a dry bubble over Bakersfield much of the day, and that's because we have winds at the surface that are fighting against this rain. So that storm is just offshore. It has all of that cold, choppy air around it, as you can see from the satellite cloud cover, and then obviously it is able to easily drive all of that moisture in. So the west side of the valley, west of the 5, has seen plenty of rain. In fact, the areas of yellow and orange here, a steady, moderate to heavy rain most of the morning between Buttonwillow, Wasco, and Delano with few breaks. So we have actually had some areas of roadway flooding up there. We're expecting more throughout the day. Currently 58 in both Bakersfield and Arvin as we wait for that rain to continue falling in. I want to give you a tour of the county because like we were mentioning, the Grapevine closed. By sunrise, we had already had a foot of snow and more keeps falling, as you can see from this loop the last 6 hours since that sun started to come up. Out over Tehachapi, it is snow for now, but coming up in your extended forecast, we're going to look at how that transitions to rain here for a few hours this afternoon and the problems that's expecting to cause. Up in the Isabella area and the Kern River Valley, you had some snow overnight. Alta Sierra, our ski resort, celebrating that. But again, here on the valley floor, as we zoom in over Bakersfield, you can see it's been a couple spotty showers, whereas over in the northwestern portion of the county, look at all of that rain on many of those rural roads. So here in Bakersfield, patches of blue sky can be seen because again, those winds coming in from the southeast at 35 miles an hour. That's why we've only had a 10th so far, but we're still trying to pick up an inch by the time we are done with this storm, which is for the rest of today and all day tomorrow too. Bakersfield, rain across the board, 50s this afternoon, quickly falling to those 40s. And then again, Tehachapi, you can see this camera has some snow melting and sliding off of the lens as we are now having a slushy mix at currently 34 degrees. Again, we will transition to rain for you before it then switches back to snow. Much more on that forecast coming up. But first, we want to take a look at the current conditions as you are heading up and down from